we've got a lot to go through. This is probably the biggest book haul we've ever done, and I'm so excited. This is about a month's worth of book accumulation, and a lot of them are from shelves in the city, but I also have some that were sent to me from publishers and some that were given to me by friends, so I want to go through all of them with you. We're gonna start with the smaller packages first. I really need to start doing arms because this is ridiculous. I shouldn't be struggling like this. Now, these two books were given to me by one of my closest friends, Shaughnessy. You guys know she also does bookish content on the internet. And you know what's crazy? You know what I think about often?
We do not care.
It's the fact that if I didn't start yapping about books on the internet, if I didn't grab my little camera, if I didn't like record my little reactions, I wouldn't have friends like her in real life. Can you imagine me without Shaughnessy? Yeah, me either. Crazy. So naturally, I want to start with hers because I'm so excited for them. Now, she gave me these books because it was my birthday, and I usually don't celebrate my birthday, but she, being the amazing person she is, wanted to celebrate. So she got me two books in this cute little package situation. I'll put a little picture here. It came with books, skincare, self-care stuff, and it was so cute and so thoughtful. It really meant a lot to me. So these are the two books that came in that little package. The first one is The Fortunes of Jaded Women. I've never heard of this book, but look at this cover. How gorgeous. I don't know, it's really giving me like Italy vibes for some reason. And this is a Good Morning America book club pick, so I know it's gonna be good. Now, this book sounds really interesting. It's not like anything that I've ever heard before, but it's basically a family that's pretty much estranged, and all of the family members are women. They're supposedly cursed to never have men in their family. However, the main character, she goes to talk to a psychic that she really trusts. She lives in Hawaii, by the way, so that sounds really cool. But she talks to a psychic that she really trusts, and the psychic tells her there's gonna be a marriage, a funeral, and someone's gonna bear a son in their family. So this follows their family kind of reconnecting and also seeing if this prophecy comes to life and comes true. It's supposed to be really funny, really witty, and also really telling about familial relationships. And I don't know, it just sounds like a really fun way to talk about family and different family dynamics. So there's that. Now, this one is the second book that came in the package, and I have no idea what it's about, but the cover is also very gorgeous. It's called Trying to Sleep in the Bed You Made. Oof. That is a crazy title, and it's a special value one. All I know so far is that these two women are best friends, but they're polar opposites, and it kind of follows their relationship. And I kind of just want to leave it at that. I want to go into this book a little blind because I feel like that's when I get the most lessons or they're most impactful for me. And I think that this one's going to be a really good one. Now, those are all the books that Shaughnessy gave me for my birthday. Now, the next batch of books are books that were given to me. The first one is this one. It's called Pink Frontier, and it is a crazy cover. Like, it is very cool. I love the art style. It's supposed to be about a cowgirl in the 80s, and that's all I really needed to know. I thought I had more books from publishers, but I think that's pretty much it. I think I put them up on my bookshelves, and I have no idea where they are, so we're not going to go through that. But for the exciting part, the part that you're most excited for, because I'm most excited for, are all the books I got from Shelves in the City. When we were at Shelves in the City with HarperCollins, we were there for a weekend, and it was an incredible opportunity. But on the first day, they told us, you know what? These are all art copies or copies from these authors that work with us. You can go fill up your box and get any books that you want. So naturally, it was like a bloodbath. It honestly reminded me of Walmart circa 2008 when it was Black Friday. Everyone was like knees to chest running, trying to get books. Okay, that's a little dramatic. That's a little too much. But we were all like super excited for getting these books. And I personally was trying to be cool. I was trying to be nonchalant. But there was one book there that I would have committed heinous crimes to get. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have went to jail if I didn't get this book. But thank goodness we got it, and we were one of the first groups to go up because I don't look good in orange. That book is this one right here. You guys probably already know by now. I literally have not shut up about it because I'm so in love with this woman. She is my favorite author, and this book doesn't come out until August, and yet here it is in my palms. No one can take this book from me. I would literally sell my firstborn for this book. Wow! I'm not playing around. This is not a game. This is not a drill. This is from my favorite author. This doesn't come out until August. And this is Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. And not only is this Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, but this is a signed copy of Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. So naturally, this is the most important thing that I own. I would do anything for this again. I've already started reading it and it's already phenomenal. I don't want to say it, but it feels like a 5-star. It feels like 5-star already. I'm literally 1 chapter in and it feels like 5-star. Yes, I'm biased, but it's R.F. Kuang. Come on. So that's book number 1, also the most important book. And now we have to go through these ones. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of blacked out because we only had a little bit of time to get books. So I really don't know what's in this box. Your guess is honestly as good as mine. So we're gonna be surprised together. Let's just do rapid fire. And let's see how many books are actually in here. Okay, the first one is The First to Die at the End. This is by Adam Silvera. He was actually there at Shelves in the City and he was on a panel. Jack Edwards actually interviewed him about his books, about his writing style. So that's really interesting. I believe this is the prequel to They Both Die in the End. So that's nice. That's a book that I haven't read before, but it's very popular. I've heard a lot of things about it. And it's also always at Barnes. So here's the prequel. Maybe I'll read this and then read his other book, the one that's really popular, They Both Die at the End, and see how I like it. I really like the way that he talked. I really like the way that he explained his writing process. So I feel like this is an author I'll probably end up loving, but we don't know yet. Then this next one. Ooh, I remember getting this one and I remember why I grabbed it. I grabbed it because this cover is quite literally stunning. This is called Lore of the Wilds. I believe this is an enemies to lovers fairy fantasy, which is enough for me. I think that's all we really need to know. And it already has a sequel out. It's called Lore of the Tides. So if we like this one, we can buy the next one. Next up is Rival Darling. This is by Alexandra Moody. I've never read anything by this author, but this is why I got this one. It's fake dating, a sports romance. He's grumpy, she's sunshine. What more can a girl ask for? What more can a girl ask for? It's literally the cutest thing. I love when there's like a bad boy situation or whatever, and he's like, I'm not changing for anybody. And then there's a girl, just one girl who changes who he is. Oh! And this gives that vibe, so I'm very excited to read this one as well. I think this might be a summer read just because it's really cute. It's really light, fluffy. I don't expect to have like any life-altering realizations in this, and I think that's perfect for the beach. The next few are hardcovers. Y'all know I don't like hardcovers, but these are so pretty, I might make an exception. Number 1 that grabbed my attention immediately. As soon as I ran and secured the bag for a catabasis, this was the next book that I saw. And honestly, I follow her on Instagram and I always see her like promoting her book. She seems really cool. And it is Summer in the City. This is by Alex Astor. I've never read anything by her, but look at the sprayed edges. The attention to detail on this is actually so insane. Like the Hudson River, everything. Look at that. It is so cute. Yankee Stadium, the Bronx, Botanical Gardens. It's a New Yorker's dream. Also, Allie Hazelwood said pure, steamy fun and the perfect summer read. So y'all know we will be reading this at the beach. But I won't lie to you, I have no idea what this book is about. So let's read together. 27-year-old screenwriter Elle has a chance of a lifetime to write a big budget movie set in New York City. The only problem? She has writer's block for months and her screenplay is due at the end of the summer. Yikes. In a desperate attempt to get inspiration, Elle ends up back in the city she swore she would never return to, an apartment she can never afford, floor-to-ceiling windows, skyline views, and a new coffee shop to haunt, included. It's the perfect place to write her screenplay, until she realizes her new neighbor is tech billionaire bachelor. We love a billionaire. Parker Warren, her stairwell hookup from 2 years ago. Ooh, the tea. Okay. It's been a lovers to enemies situation ever since. Okay, I'm liking what I'm hearing. When seeing him again turns into a full night of hate-fueled writing, Elle realizes her enemy-twisted muse just might be the key to finishing her screenplay. Yeah, this is right up our alley. If she can stand being around her polar opposite, she writes anonymously and he's on the cover of every business magazine. He frequents fancy red carpet events and she doesn't like leaving her emotional support 5-block radius. Same. One summer, one wall apart, he needs to fake a buzzy relationship during his company's precarious acquisition. She needs to write a movie around a list of New York City locations. Both need a break from their unrelenting schedules and a chance to rediscover the skyscraper glimmering, pizza-crusted, sunlit charms of the city. Wow. Summers always end, and so will this agreement. It's all pretend, promise, until it isn't. Wait, this actually sounds like the perfect summer read. I'm invested. This better live up to the hype. We may have to read this first, I fear. I fear this might be our first one, after Catabasis, obviously. Ooh, this is a book y'all have been telling me to read for the longest time. It's actually the first book in a series, and that is Shatter Me, right? Isn't that? Shatter Me. Look at how pretty this cover is. Oh, wait, the sprayed edges say something too. I spend my life folded between the pages of books. Yeah, that is me. Wow, who is this by? Oh, it's signed. It's a signed copy. I didn't know that. That is very cool. If I love this book, that's gonna be really cool. Also, let's see if the last one was signed. I have a feeling Harper might have hooked me up. The feeling is wrong. Also, what is Shatter Me about? What is that series about? Let's actually read. I spent my life folded between the pages of books. In the absence of human relationships, I formed bonds with paper characters. So they're just describing me. I don't really understand. The moon understands what it means to be human, uncertain, alone, crafted by imperfections. You know what? Let's just go into this blind. I don't really know what's going on, but I do like what I hear. Anyway, next up, ooh, I really have no idea what this one's about, but the cover goes so crazy. It's called Kin or Skin. I think I'm gonna go with Skin. I think it's called Skin, and this is a beautiful cover. Look at these two main characters. Wow. Oh my gosh, she's me. We're like the same color. Love that. Love the representation. Now with this one, I believe they're half sisters, but they don't know it yet. This is what the back says. And apparently they turn into fireball witches, but this is set in New York City. So obviously it's not really a good place to like turn into a fireball there. Now Marisol is 15 years old and she just got this power. She's trying to understand it and get it under control so she can live a normal life. Now Genevieve, on the other hand, is 17 years old and she lives with a completely different family. And somehow their paths cross and they realize they may be connected more than they thought they were before. And then it just follows that story of them trying to figure out their powers and figure out how they're connected in this way. So it sounds very interesting. It sounds like they're siblings. In my opinion, it sounds like they're siblings. But I guess we'll have to read to find out. Also, this is the author. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, by the way. We love that. How many books have we gone through already? We still have half the box left. That was only one half. And that was, oh, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 books. This is crazy. It feels like Christmas, honestly. I love this. Okay, next up is The Queen's Spade. I've actually heard of this book. I think I've heard about it from Goodreads. I can't remember. But this is the cover. We love it. And the front says, heavy is the crown, bloody is revenge. Sounds like a good time. Now, although this is apparently a historical fiction, this is also based in reality because it says the year is 1862 and murderous desires are simmering in England. Sally, once a princess of a clan, desires one thing above all else: revenge against the British crown and its system of colonial humanitarianism, which stole her dignity and transformed her into royal property. Yikes. From military men to political leaders, she's vowed to ruin all who've had a hand in her afflictions. The top of her list, her godmother, Britain's mighty monarch, Queen Victoria. Yikes. This is crazy. Taking down the crown means entering a twisted game of court politics, even if that entails aligning with a dangerous yet alluring crime lord in London's underground and exploiting the affections of Queen Victoria's own son, Prince Albert. But when Queen Victoria begins to suspect Sally's true intentions, she plays the only card in Victorian society that could possibly cage Sally again: marriage. Oh, this is getting crazy. Okay. With time running out and her wedding day looming, Sally's vengeful game of cat and mouse turns deadly as she's faced with the striking revelation that the price for vengeance isn't just paid in blood. It means sacrificing your heart. I am already hooked. What is going on? Loosely inspired by the true story of Sarah Forbes Bonetta, Queen Victoria's African goddaughter. I did not know this. I'm getting like a history lesson. The Queen's Spade is a lush and riveting historical thriller that offers an unflinching gaze to justice and retribution. Whoa, this sounds so good. Wow. Yeah, this might have to be top of the list too. This might also be a summer read. I know we usually read like romance in the summer and I always go to the beach and stuff, but I also feel like thrillers is a great way to like break that up as well. And this might be the one we need. Very excited about that one. Also, I do not remember putting that in the box whatsoever. I don't remember most of these, and yet here we are. This next one, however, I do remember, but it's only because I really like the cover. This is called Margot's Got Money Problems. No, it's not. It's called Margot's Got Money Troubles. This is by Ruthie Thorpe. And the front says, an audacious, wildly funny, completely unpredictable novel by a writer so singular that it's hard to compare her to anyone else. Ooh, we love that. Now, this is apparently about a woman who's just trying to navigate adulthood. She doesn't have a lot of money. She is a new mother. She doesn't really know what she's doing with her life. It's very much up my alley because it sounds like it's just literary fiction, and it's also supposed to be very, very funny. Now, this next one I'm also super excited about. Even though I've never read it, don't know anything about it, the reason why I'm so excited about it is because I literally always see it at Barnes, quite literally always see it at Barnes. And this one is a signed copy. I've heard nothing but good things about this series as well. And that is Red Queen. This is a collector's edition, which is insane. It's literally so beautiful. The sprayed edges, everything. And here's her signature. This is the author's signature, Victoria Aveyard. Now again, this is the Red Queen series, so I also need to read Glass Sword and King's Cage. So if we like this, that's exactly what we're gonna do. It's so gorgeous, I literally can't. Now, I don't know much about this book. I just know it's a fantasy, a high fantasy, where this girl, she lives in a world where blood is separated. You either have red blood or you have silver blood. Red blood is considered like very lowly. You're not really made for anything but to serve the silvers, and she is a red-blooded person. And one day she's just like trying to survive, trying to save her family, trying to make sure that they eat every day. And one day her best friend gets conscripted. Why can't I say that word? Conscripted into the army, and she's trying to save him. So it kind of lands her into the kingdom, literally the heart of the kingdom, in front of the king. And she realizes, even though she's not supposed to have any power and only the silver people have power, she somehow has a power. And so the king tries to save her and like hide her and pretend that she's a lost silver princess. And then from there, she's like put into this world of the silver elite. She's just trying to survive, trying to get her best friend, and also help this red rebellion that is trying to overthrow this power dynamic. And from there, you watch her kind of fall in love, also try to like help this rebellion and just navigate this new world of hers. And it sounds very, very interesting. This is the first book in the trilogy, and it is a gorgeous copy. And on the back it says, "Power is a dangerous game." And there's some blood dripping. I don't know. We might be in for some violence, but it's very pretty. This next one, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too excited for, just because we've read 2 books by this author already, and I have been devastated both times. Not in a good way. It's not even like it devastated me because they were so good. It was devastating because I could not believe I wasted my time on this.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I have to be honest. And that author is Tessa Bailey. If y'all remember, last December I read, what was it? Wreck the Halls? Wild Ride. All I have to keep saying is that mattress, twin mattress on the floor of somebody else's house. I literally still can't get over it. I literally still think about that to this day, because that is wild that she put that in that book. So naturally I'm a little apprehensive with this one. This is called Picture Perfect by Tessa Bailey. I don't know. We're just gonna read it. We have the book. We're not gonna waste it. We are gonna read it. But I'm telling you right now, if this is anything like Wreck the Halls, we're done. We are breaking up with her. I cannot do it. I cannot read something like that. I literally just can't. This one sounds interesting because it's enemies to lovers, fake dating, opposites attract, and they're both like sporty people. And that's all I need to know. This is also a very fun summer read, and this actually doesn't come out until September of this year, and yet I have it. So very excited for this one. It is not signed, but that's okay. You should see this rising stack next to me. Ugh, it's crazy. Anyway, we've got 3 more. Let's power through, people. This next one is very fun. It's by B.K. Borson. It's called Good Spirits. This book doesn't come out until October of this year, and she was also at Shelves in the City. She was also on the panel of authors that Jack Edwards interviewed. So this is very interesting. If I like this, I will definitely read more from her. But I believe she's a romance author, and it's interesting that I've never read anything by her. There is one book that I see from her all the time at Barnes. It's called like Good Light Farms or something like that. So it's a Christmas book, something Light Farms. I'll put it here if I remember. This also looks like a Christmas book as well. Wait, I lied. It actually is signed. That's very cool. And this sounds really interesting. It's about this ghost. He is literally the ghost of Christmas past, and he's haunting this girl. And she's trying to figure out why she's being haunted. And during this time when they're both going back throughout her life, trying to figure out why he's there, they kind of develop a connection. So I don't know. That sounds very interesting. I've never heard of a Christmas book like this, and this sounds like the perfect Christmas read. I will definitely read this year during the holiday season. Oh my gosh, the back says, "You make me hope, Harriet. You make me want. I am haunted by you." Whoa, okay, BK. We'll see. Next up is by another author that was also at the panel, and that is Lucy Foley. This is the guest list. Now, we've read a few books by her, and they haven't been bad, but they also haven't been my favorite. She writes thrillers, and in her books, she has a lot of POVs from all of the different characters, and usually I really like that and enjoy that, but sometimes in her books, I always feel like it's a bit too much, and I don't get a full 3D image of every single character. So I'm hoping that this one will change my mind. I have read The Paris Apartment by her and The Hunting Party. Both of them were just 3 stars for me, so maybe this will change my mind. It was really cool too because every single author that was talking about their writing process had something different to say. Like they all had a different process, and I just thought that was really interesting. Also, side note, this book is signed, so that's very cool. If I end up liking it, I will definitely keep this in the front of our thriller shelf because that's just really cool. And the front says, "You'd kill to be on it." The guest list. And it's about an exclusive wedding on a remote Irish island. The bride, the plus one, the best man, the wedding planner, the bridemaid. All have a secret, all have a motive, but only one is a murderer. Ooh, that sounds really good. And it's very short. I feel like we can definitely read this summer. Maybe we'll do like one romance, one thriller, and just keep doing that throughout the summer because I feel like that'd be a great way to not get too bogged down with the romance that we usually read. All right, last but not least is a book I have no idea what it's about. It is called Afterlife, and she is gorgeous. This is also a romance, I believe. Amber Crane isn't supposed to be here. Same. One spring afternoon after school, Amber arrives home on her bike. It's just another perfectly normal day. But when Amber's mom sees her, she screams because Amber died 7 years ago. I did not see that coming. Whoa. Hit by a car while on the very same bicycle she is inexplicably riding now. Damn. This mysterious return doesn't impact only Amber. Her sister Melissa, now 7 years older, must be a new kind of sibling to Amber. Amber's now estranged parents are battling over her, and the changes ripple further and further out. Amber's friends, boyfriend, and even people she met only once have been deeply affected by her life and death. In the midst of everyone's turmoil, Amber is struggling with herself. What kind of person was she? Why was she given this second chance? This magnificent tour de force by acclaimed author Gail Forman brilliantly explores the porous veil between life and death, examines the impact that one person can have on the world, and celebrates life in all its beautiful complexities. Wow, we could not have been more wrong. It is not a romance whatsoever. This sounds absolutely insane. Also, I want to know, where was she those 7 years? Was she like a goat? Like, what happened? Because if everyone thought she was dead, that means that she had a funeral. That means like there were certain things that clearly show that she was dead. So I really want to know, is this like a supernatural type of situation? What's going on? I don't know, but that sounds really interesting. That is the last thing I thought would happen. I really thought that this was a romance just because of the cover. I just assumed. That's what I get for judging a book by its cover. Anyway, those are all the books that I've recently got or was given. No. Give me a second. I got this. Hold on. Never back down. Never what? Never give up. Okay. For real this time. Oh, yeah. You see the arms. Okay. Anyway, these are all the books. Let's count how many we have. Stop it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 books. That's actually so insane. This is like a crazy bookstore vlog, except we didn't have to do any of the work, so that's cool. Let me tell you the top 3 I'm most excited to read outside of Catabasis, because we already know that's number 1. For me, it has to be Summer in the City. This sounds so fun. It has every single trope that I love in a good romance. It's set in New York City. I love New York City. I live 20 minutes from New York City, so this couldn't be more perfect. I definitely want to read this first thing in the summer. Next up is Red Queen. I am so excited to read this one, only because I've literally seen it every single time I go to Barnes for years at this point. And now I just feel like the FOMO is getting ridiculous. I have it now. There's no excuse. I need to read it. I also have the same sentiments with the last one. This is Shatter Me. I remember when this was going so crazy on TikTok, this series had everyone in a chokehold, and I completely missed that boat. I think I'm like not a trend person. The more something is hyped up online, like I feel like subconsciously the less I want to read it. And so with this, as with every other trend, I missed the boat, and now I finally feel like it's the perfect time, mostly because I have the book. And here that is. Thank y'all so much for going through my list of new books. I'm super excited to put these away. Where are we gonna put them? I don't know. Stop. Your guess is, stop it. Your guess is as good as mine, okay? I love you so much. Let me know what book down below you want me to read first, or what book you're excited for me to read. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.